Hey guys, if you don't want to spend the money on an expensive track saw, I'll show you how I made this poor boy track that'll fit any skill saw and give you straight cuts every single time. Before I forget, I better change out the blade from this masonry blade to something more in line with cutting wood. Now this is a 3-foot track I made for cutting down doors, but you could easily make a 4 or an 8-foot for cutting down sheet goods. I'm using 5/8 MDF material for this track only because I had a piece left over from another project. I'm starting with a scrap piece of MDF that is 14 inches wide and 36 inches long. First thing you want to do is measure the distance from the blade to the outside edge of the motor of the saw you want to use. Then add about 3 inches to that measurement. If you have a table saw, you can then rip the MDF to that size. For this particular saw, which is a DeWalt corded saw, I'm cutting the first piece of MDF at 10 inches. Now with the 4 inches left, this could be glued and screwed directly to the 10-inch piece. However, I want to cut a handle into my track to make it a little easier to move around, so I'm going to rip this 4-inch piece into a 2-inch piece. Now go back to the saw and measure from the edge of the blade to the edge of the bottom plate and add 1 inch. My DeWalt is exactly 5 1/8, adding 1 inch will be 6 1/8. Mark that measurement on both ends of the larger piece of MDF. Use a straight edge and draw a reference line along the board. This will be the edge we glue the smaller piece of MDF to, essentially becoming your guide block. Move the straight edge in 1 inch and run one more reference line. Now evenly space out screw locations on that second line. I space mine every 4 inches. Pre-drill and countersink the holes on the opposite side, glue and set your screws. Now we're ready to run the saw down the guide to create our actual cutting edge. Clamp the track to a workbench, rest your saw against the guide block, and cut off the overhang. Congratulations, now you have a poor boy track saw. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you all on the next one. Cheers.